Hello, vinyl community. Elliot here, Lazy Dogs Records. And it's January, so everybody's doing vinyl tag videos. I've done the overall vinyl tag video 2026, and I've done the Americana vinyl tag 2026 that Sam St. John did. Those were both fun. So I thought I'd do one more. I'm going to do the Soul and Funk vinyl tag 2026 that Harvey over at Spin the Black Circle has started. I'll put a link to his channel. The first prompt is to show a new release. Well, I'm not going by calendar year because this record actually came out in 2022, but I purchased it in 2025, and it is a soul gospel album, very much a soul album with gospel lyrical content. The Dedicated Men of Zion, and this is The Devil Don't Like It. And this is on Bible and Tire Records. Great name for a record label. You can see some of the titles there. This is a group out of Eastern North Carolina, and they've got a couple of albums out. Check them out if you so choose. I think you like them. Second one is a used record, and I picked this up uh, back in December, I think. Sly and the Family Stone Greatest Hits. I've been looking for a copy of this because this definitely brings back memories. My brother had the 8 track. I was about 12 years old, I think, at the time. And this album and these songs on this album were all over the radio back then. And 8 tracks and albums, everybody had them. So Sly and the Family Stone. Unfortunately, this is not the best copy, so I'm still on the lookout for a cleaner copy of that. Number three, a single that didn't make the top 30. And I picked Steve Bassett's Virginia Breeze and his song Sweet Virginia Breeze that he wrote with Robin Thompson, both of them Virginians. Uh, it became the state song of Virginia, but it never was a big national hit. Really good, fun, upbeat song telling a story about the state of Virginia. Now they did a single with the two of them recorded on Richmond Records, and each of them individually recorded it on their albums. And this is the Steve Bassett album that it's recorded on. If you're looking for a good book, the best books about music are the ones written by either session or backup musicians or artists that never obtained huge superstar success. That's my view anyway. Steve Bassett's got an excellent book called Sing It Loud. Okay, number four, a 70s album produced by 60s star. So great album from, was it 71 or 72? Bill Withers, his debut when he was already in his mid 30s, Just As I Am. What a great album this is. Includes all great songs, but the most outstanding, of course, are Ain't No Sunshine, huge hit for him, and Grandma's Hands. But all the songs on here are great. And this album was produced by Booker T. Jones of Booker T and the MG's fame. This is a Music Matters, I believe, reissue. Love this album. Number five, the best band. Okay. Uh, band's hard when it comes to soul funk music because we usually, in most cases, especially when it's soul, maybe not so much funk, when it's soul, we're thinking of individual single artists, vocalists or vocal groups. So to name a band, that's a little more difficult. But I think the Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings would be a good choice for this latter day soul group. Uh, Sharon Jones, worked hard all her life, didn't receive a lot of recognition until later in her life after working a lot of day jobs for a lot of years. Sadly, she passed on uh, a few years ago. The Dap Kings are made up of about 8 to 10 members usually. A great band. So that would be the band I would single out. Uh, Female trio or quartet. How about the Marvelettes on Motown Records? Uh, In Full Bloom is this album, the Marvelettes. This is technically its own Tamla, but that's one of the Motown labels. Really good trio, part of that Motown sound. 7 is show an album by an artist that I've seen live or best seen live. When my wife and I were dating in the late 1980s, we would sometimes go have dinner in Fayetteville. Now, Fayetteville is not known for their live music scene. But we were fortunate enough, we were there on Bragg Boulevard, not the safest place in the world, but there was a restaurant that had a performance room as well. And 2 or 3 times, I think, we saw Little Royal, and this is his album, Jealous. Now, Little Royal was billed sometimes as Soul Brother number 2. Uh, some would compare him to a James Brown. Well, let's put it the way, he borrowed greatly from James Brown's style, but he was his own entertainer. And so we were seeing him, this is from about 72. We were seeing him in the uh, 87, 88 range, somewhere in there. He's from the DC area, I believe. So I think maybe he was working a circuit up and down Interstate 95, playing cities along there. Put on a great show. And here's a scene from him uh, on a local Cincinnati uh, uh, teen music show, soul music show. Check it out.
These are. Here's Soul Brother number 2. We know who Soul Brother number 1 is. We're going to bring him on right now. Little Royal.
I got something to say right here. You know, I'm not jealous because I'm mean, honey. I'm jealous because I love you. And I don't want nobody else to have you. Now, you know what? If you got someone that you really love, you don't mind standing looking that person dead in the eye and tell them you really love them. How many of you women out there that's been in love before? You know, really you love that someone so much. There was nothing in the world that you wouldn't do for them. You'd cook the food, put it on the table for them, wash their dirty clothes. Nothing in the world that you wouldn't do for their love. But deep down in your heart, you know that that someone don't care a doggone thing about you. Now you can't help but cry sometimes. But you know what? If you see them with someone else, you know you love them. You know you got to be jealous of them. Because when you love someone, you don't want nobody else to have your love. And that's why I got to stand up today, baby, and tell you something like this. You know what? I'm so jealous. Yes, I am. I'm so jealous of you, baby. Yes, I am. I'm not ashamed of it, baby. No, I'm not. I don't mind standing up and telling the whole world about it. Can't you see me down on my knees calling to you, baby? Saying I love you, I love you, I love you. Sometimes I get all night long, but I don't mind crying for you, baby. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. You know what? I can't help it, but I got to say it. Once I was in love with a woman, I didn't have sense enough to know how much she meant to me.
Number 8, an album to convert a dedicated rocker, somebody that's not going to be listening to any other types of music. How do you get them to get into soul? Well, I would play them Be Altitude, Respect Yourself from the Staple Singers. This is a great album. The Staple Singers are just so together, father and daughters. Just one of the great acts, and it's got Respect Yourself on here. We are the people, or we the people, and who do you think you are? Jesus Christ, the superstar. A gospel group that became a soul group as well, always moving in and out of those two worlds. Staple Singers, that ought to convert anybody. Number 9, an EP from the 80s or 90s. I've got one from the 80s, and it's a group we used to go see in the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s a lot. They put out 2 EPs before they eventually broke up, and it was a band called the Fabulous Knobs. And they were so much fun to see. A lot of people wanted to say they were like a States version of the Stones. I never heard that in their music. To me, they were always a soul band. There they are, the Fabulous Knobs.
You got something every girl wants. You got something every girl needs. Now I'm not asking you to settle down, but baby, please, yeah. I wanna love you till I can't love you no more. Kiss you till I can't kiss you no more. Please you till I can please you no more. 'Cause that's the only way I can be happy with you. I wanna love you till I can't love you no more. Kiss you till I can't kiss you no more. Please you till I can please you no more. 'Cause that's the only way I can be happy with you. Baby, you know just where to touch. That's why I need your loving so much. Now I'm not asking you to even think twice, but it would be nice. I wanna hold you till I can hold you no more. Have you till I can have you no more. Please you till I can please you no more. 'Cause that's the only way I can be happy with you.
Album with an 8-minute track on it. Let's go down to New Orleans for The Meters. And this album is Fire on the Bayou. And it's not quite 8 minutes. It's just under 8 minutes. They do the song Middle of the Road. Number 11's asking for a romantic album you're going to put on while you're spending time with your lady. And no question about it, I'm going to put on Al Green. Al Green, I'm Still in Love with You. What a great album. And it's got my favorite Al Green song on here. One of my favorite all-time songs in general, which he co-wrote, which is Love and Happiness.
Someone's on the phone, 3 o'clock in the morning, talking about she can make it right. Yeah. Happiness is when you really feel good about somebody. There's nothing wrong being in love with someone. Yeah.
Finally, number 12 is the best soul or funk album. I think this qualifies as both soul and funk uh, that you can think of. Thought long and hard about this one. I might have gone with that Al Green album, but I decided instead to go with James Brown and James Brown live at the Apollo, one of the greatest live albums of any genre you'll ever hear. Came out in '63 on King Records and a Cincinnati record label that you could listen to bands as wide ranging as James Brown and the Stanley Brothers doing bluegrass. Uh, but this is just a great album, and it brings back memories from me as I remember watching James Brown uh, on television shows, probably the Ed Sullivan Show, but other shows as well. And they just put on, he and his band just put on such a great show. And they would do that thing with the cape where he would get down and he couldn't go any further. And they go out and put the cape on him and help him up. His valet would help him up. And they would walk him slowly back off the stage. And just before he get off the stage, he'd get the energy again and he'd come, keep off and right back and start singing again. Oh, whoa, what a show. And you can get that feel with this album. So there we have Soul and Funk Vinyl Tag 2026. Please subscribe to Harvey's channel. And please, most importantly, remember, folks, we're all neighbors in this world. Let's not just be kind, let's love our neighbors. Okay? Take care.